Hello，各位好啊！歡迎收睇嚟到 Kelvin 遊戲電影頻道。嗱，頭先呢，就嗰個國和君王啊，已經做咗佢想做嘅嘢啦。而家我就要去翻我哋嘅營地嗰度傾翻偈。
Why all this shouting? Eivor, thank Tyr. I heard shouting. Is something wrong?
Holger robbed me, and I demand he be punished.
Ha! Rot disappointed word. Does the deer rub the stream when she takes a drink? Does a cow rub a field when he crops on sweet grass?
Eivor, this matter requires sensitive judgment. Will you?
Of course. From the beginning, please.
Well now, there is no excuse too small, I see. Nothing to keep you from coveting that seat, is there?
In Sigurd's absence, who has better claim to oversee these disputes?
You might leave them to work it out for themselves, but that would mean letting go, would it not?
Please start again. Tell me all that has happened.
I will start. I have been falsely accused by this Saxon Philistine.
A filly what? Are you mocking me?
Silence, please. I'll hear both of your complaints and render a decision, awarding compensation if needed. Understood? Rowan, tell me your version of these events.
As you are aware, Holger and I are neighbors. Near enough that I often catch him at my stables, stealing my tools.
Borrowing.
Holger, let him speak.
Stealing, borrowing. My point being, I have always allowed him to use whatever he pleased. I greatly admire your Norse generosity and had hoped to match it. But this morning, Holger stretched the limits of my grace. Entering my stables for their feed, I found my most beautiful, gentle mare stripped of her tail. Bereft, not a strand in sight. I am ashamed to say my natural suspicion drew me to Holger, and how right I was. For when I peered across the lane, there he was, gripping a horsetail brush slathered with indigo, dragging it across a sheet of...
Painting, Rowan. I was painting. You make it sound so crude.
You see? Such willful arrogance. It will take ages for Ilgafur's tail to reach its former length. I demand compensation.
I understand. Thank you, Rowan. Holger, let me hear your side.
Eivor, you have known me as a skald for years. You have seen how my poems bring life and joy and wisdom to our people. And you know that my work requires a certain, let us say, freedom. To make use of rare resources to compose my verses. Often when lacking the proper tools, I have made use of novel items. Alvis's walking stick, Tovi's inks, all were given gladly.
You cut off my horse's tail to make a brush, you bleeding...
Rowan?
As I was saying, this morning in the throes of poetic reverie, I realized that my latest piece required delicate brushwork. I could have used a frayed stick, some cloth, my hands, but no. I needed something gentler, softer. To make a perfect brush, I needed the fine hairs of a well-raised horse. And so I availed myself of a local resource.
You clipped Alfgafur's tail to the rump without asking.
It was early. I did not wish to wake you.
Thank you, Holger. I believe I understand your position. I believe I have heard enough. If you'll...
My horse looks like a fool, Eivor. No handsomer than a donkey now. You must do something.
Do not conflate hair with beauty, Rowan. She remains radiant. Elgifur's hair will grow back in no time.
Quiet, both of you. Now listen.
等先啊，佢又唔出聲。先， 嗱，左邊紅色衫嗰個咧就係霍格爾，綠嗰個咧就係羅溫。不過咧，霍格爾咧佢咧雖然有好好嘅資源整嗰樣嘢，不過佢係冇同綠色衫嗰個羅溫講嘅，都係唔啱㗎啦。始終要通知人一聲，唔好就咁攞咗佢啊嘛。
Holger, Rowan is clearly in the right. You sheared the tail from his horse without gaining permission.
I borrowed the tail. Borrowed! Does the reality of regrowth not make this a victimless crime?
It is a two-victim crime, Holger. Though they are unharmed, you took without asking, and that will not do. As the horse's value has diminished significantly, you will pay Rowan its market price.
But the horse was not for sale. Rowan, admit it.
My decision is final, Holger. Pay what you owe and meet tomorrow as friends.
And if I do, may I keep the horse?
Pay the man and be done with it. Rowan, does this satisfy you?
It does. Thank you, Eivor.
Good. Then by Tyr's blessing, let this matter rest. We are done here. Return to your homes in peace.
咁就可以平心靜氣解決咗件事啦。不過都係嘅，咁你有手上有好資源，咁你都要問咗佢先至做咩㗎嘛，係咪先？係嘛？好啦，繼續我嘅稟報翻俾我嗰個人就講啦。
Oh, hello, Eivor. Good day. That Holger, he is quite the character.
I almost envy him. To see the world through such a muddy glass and live with such petty concerns. He hasn't a care in the world.
Let's not walk too far with that idea. I need you right where you are.
East Anglia is with us. Their King Oswald has pledged his loyalty to us.
Eivor Kingmaker, we shall call you soon. Some interesting news. King Ceolwulf has sent Ceolbert to Shropshire. He hopes to install him as Elderman there.
Good for Ceolbert. He should do well considering all he has learned from you.
I gave him only a taste of my knowledge. The rest he will need to figure for himself. One more thing. I do not know if you heard, but Sven passed away a short time ago. The poor man slipped away in his bed.
I had not heard, no. And how is Tovi? She must be gutted.
It has been rough on her. She spends quite a lot of time at his burial mound. Speak with her, if you have the time.
Looks like something is happening near Volka's hut. Perhaps I should take a look.
Word of our growing settlement has reached outside ears, so have a look around. You may see a few new faces.
I want to see the Alliance map.
如果睇啦，倫敦、牛津、資格獎勵。睇先啊，倫敦平常提升。睇先，去邊度揾結盟咧？呢個係有得提升嗰個屋企嘅上升。呢個攞資源。諗一分鐘先。呢個攞資源，有得攞資源。倫敦啊！
Hytham asked that I travel to London. What do you know of it?
A wild city.
橫掂咧，清屋企啲嘢咧係要有資源升㗎嘛。咁打唔到咁多，掠奪唔到咁多地方嘅話，咁就唯有提升屋企啦，揀倫敦啦。揾聯盟結盟。
Doing so may help the honest people there, and earn us an ally in the process.
In a city so chaotic, it is worth a try. Approach by the north gate and start asking around.
我決定。
Good. I await your return.
好啦，好做王者就咁完結啦。而家咧，我哋就要去倫敦再揾個聯盟嘅結盟啦。啊，歡迎收睇 Kelvin 遊戲電影頻道啊！好，下一條片再繼續。Hello， 各位好，歡迎收睇 Kelvin 電影頻道啊！嗱，對上咧嗰個國王咧已經係幫咗佢上咗任㗎啦。而家我哋前往倫敦，係啦，啱啱到步。
I beg patience, all. We'll have this rat cleaned up in no time. Keep it steady, huh? Neolov. Hey, bear up, Master Ame. You'll be on your way shortly, huh?
Something of a shepherd, aren't you?
It can feel that way, aye. Can I help you with something?
Who governs this burr? I would like to speak with him, if I can.
Ah, the Governor Trigger. Good and fair Dane come to London for you back.
Trigger?
Aye, most hours of the day you can find him at the old villa, dealing with all manner of knavery. Stow!
好啦，睇下邊位嚟先。前往咗倫敦啦，揾盟友啊，結盟啊！
Avgos wants his cut of the summer harvest. Shit, Carl. Huh? What's the holdup?
We're talking.
Gentlemen, the farmers of Mercia have paid their burden already. If Avgos wants more, he can petition for it.
Petition for it? Well, you can tell that old mud merchant that if he wants his apple, he can bob for it.
Belongs to Master Ame, sir.
Bob for it!
That is filthy.
Bob for it!
哇！開拖，一個打幾多個咧？嗱，睇下。
Time has come for you.
Is this kind of noise common to London?
Now, we've a quiet day once in a great while. Hey, try not to kill anyone, eh?
I'll wear your face as a skull capstone.
Watch your head there!
Eyes on your own foe!
God in heaven, you fight like the devil's stolen your bread.
You give some hard knocks yourself.
哇！呢個友仔都幾好身手
Be
㗎
a good
都。
lad and prick the names of those that pay their food tax, will you? Right then. You've some dealings with Governor Trigger, was that it?
I'll have dealings with any who can deliver a fair friendship with my Raven clan. If that's you, then all the better.
Ah, no. Trigger's your fellow. I'm the Shire Reeve of London's westerly half. I keep things ordered and fair.
Shire Reeve is not a name that rides easy on the tongue.
Reeve's my title, sorry. Stow's my name. Stow of London.
A burly name for a burly man. I like one who can hold himself in a brawl.
To walk tall in London, a man must know how to swing his fists.
It's not empty praise I give.
Well, your candor is appreciated.
Take me to your governor, Stowe. He sounds like a man worth knowing.
Right then. Station filled, flock shepherded, and off to Trigger we go. What can I call you? Humbler of thugs? Dane Hammer?
好啦，嗱，而家我哋就跟住佢先啊。
We have a settlement to the north, just off the River Nene.
Well, I owe you a great debt, Eivor. You're a worthy ally.
So this is London. A city built by giants.
So they say. She's an old place, surly as they come. But there's a mystery here I quite adore. I was raised here, in fact. Learned the scriptures of Christ's apostles in Lundenwich. I was Saxon Borough, just past the western walls.
You're not a priest, are you?
No. No, I was raised by them. And for a penniless bastard, I turned out pretty well.
A penniless bastard, and now London's fearless reeve.
Well, it's Trigger who saw something in me. He judges not the circumstance of my birth. His two hands, left and right, on me and a Dane-born soldier, Erke. Erke is an orphan of the last Viking horde put down in London for a season.
哇，風景都幾靚喎，
2 or
風景。
3 years back now, it must have been. It's through Trigger I met Erke, and now we Reeves walk the city like parents looking after our children. A native son and an imported Dane. See, London's a city built of many pieces. Wait. Something's wrong.
Iron on the ear. This blood is fresh.
These were good men. What's happened here? God, no. No, no, no!
It took 3 arrows to kill him. The next 12 were an insult.
哇，仲咁多箭嘅，犀利啊！
Oh Lord,
邊個嚟嘅呢
deliver these men with the light of thy countenance visiteth and shines upon them.
You've no need for outsiders, Stowe. It's a private matter.
There's no cause to be leery. Eivor had my back in a brawl at Cripplegate. More thugs from the garrison.
You must be a real broker to hold your own against those shithugs. It's time to fetter those men, Stowe. It can't go on like this.
睇先，打佢，啦。
It's a serious attack. Were they after you as well?
Now that's a fine question, isn't it?
You must be Erke, London's second reeve.
Erke Botil's son, yes I am. Are you telling me this gut bucket called me second reeve?
First in the Eastborough, and a man I trust with my life.
Stowe's never been a good judge of character.
Erke, this is Eivor. She came to meet with Trigger, to seal the bonds of friendship with the clan.
He would have welcomed you heartily. He was a trusting man. And I got him here.
Have you found anything?
I just arrived. The killers left a ladder on the body there.
I'll have a look around.
Trigger had men with him at all times. How could the killers get through?
They must have been known to him. Well
Yeah.
enough to get close without suspicion.
Good and holy Christ.
This letter. Someone wanted us to see it. From Rome went an order of heretics who worshipped the relics of a time before Christ.
Erke, this was the letter he told us about. Said it contained
檢
fearful
查
news
得
about London.
女
It
家的
wants
命
to
案。
free such heathens who have infiltrated London. His killers, I expect.
We lost anyone. He governed this burg. Oh dear.
What is it?
Dirty notes from a mistress. Sorry. Mistresses. In Trigger's desk.
Ah, yes. The old man had a wandering hand. And I.
I didn't know. I didn't think.
He didn't want you to. It was his
檢
secret
查
to keep.
Find anything?
Besides enough blood to repaint the city's faded bricks. No.
A barber surgeon's tools. Sharp and precise for easy butchery. Must have been what was used to free Trigger's head from his neck. Three sets of footprints leave. 2 average, and 1 massive.
"雖然冇異樣啊，
Look at us, sitting on our laurels while Eivor does all the work.
等先，揾嘢，查案啊！先啊！先睇翻嗰邊先啊！我上邊啊！等先啊，等白上先啊！好亂，好亂。
I do not envy this man's
哇！
stealth.
喺上邊。
Hang on, there's something in his hand. This was not Trigger's seal.
Nah, it looks Roman in origin. Must have been on a ladder he opened.
It must have been significant to this god for him to grasp it, even in death.
Perhaps it's what got him killed.
I think I have a clear idea of what happened here. Trigger was shot where he sat, probably as he read the letter. One of his guards grabbed the seal and tried to escape. He didn't make it. A second killer found him first. He met his end at the noose, lifted by the bigger man. A third attacker took his eyes, then came for Trigger's head. Symbolic, maybe. Headless leader, eyeless guards. The killers were without fear. This kill was a
而
message.
家詳細解釋咗嘅兇案現場
Three
啊！
sets heading back to the courtyard. The letter mentions 3 heretics, named only by monikers. The Leech, the Arrow, the Compass. Signed by someone calling himself a poor fellow soldier of Christ.
Poor fellow soldier. Odd name.
3 names, 3 killers, as you said.
Baldersack. It could be anyone in London. Who can we trust?
Only the people in this room, I fear.
Even that would be unwise until we know more.
The Arrow is described as a pugnacious Dane invader. That describes too many in London.
The Leech hails from Wessex. London is home to many of them as well.
And the Compass, a Frankish captain.
Less common, but no face comes to mind.
What is this symbol here?
I recognize that from the Mithraic temple.
Yes,
I passed it
nah.
on the way here.
Mithraic temple. Is that a church?
A church? Heavens, no. Mithras was a pagan idea. A so-called god beloved by the ancient soldiers that built this city. Our city is overrun with cowards. We may be next to fall if we don't resolve this sick fermentation of hate.
I've told you, this city answers to blood and power. We should serve as such.
I can't leave him like this. I need to.
We'll get the church to see to it, Stowe.
No. No, it should be me. I must ready him for judgment.
I understand.
徹底查一查睇咩事啊！
It reeks in here. Shall we, Broga?
好啦，各位，刺客教條呢條片電影片啊，去到呢度先，敬請留意下一條片啦。下次嘅影片會講其他嘢俾各位分享先。歡迎收睇 Kelvin 遊戲頻道多謝你哋先，多謝支持先。